This video is going to go a little faster. There are sentences here that are correct and only need punctuation. I'm going to be focusing on the ones with errors other than punctuation. So let's fast forward this and find the good stuff. The first thing Obama says is hello, and there is a question mark because he doesn't know if anyone is there. And when the cat appears, Obama asks, "How can I get to the castle of the Queen of Hearts?" We know this is a question because it asks, "How can I?" And we know that there is some action he wants to know, which is to go to a place. But it's out of order. This is why it's so important to look at the word groupings. This will help you with order. If you ask yourself questions, it will help. How can I? What action? Get to. Where? How can I get to the Queen of Hearts' castle? And did you notice I used a possessive S at the end? I didn't write Queen of Hearts' because when the name ends in S, you don't need to add another S at the end. But you do if the name doesn't end in S. For example, my name is Ellie. Ellie's dogs are cute. They are my dogs. I have 2 dogs, so it's plural. Louisa's cats are friendly, and Paul's cats are shy. Notice I say Louisa's, but when I say Paul's, I don't say es. Listen again. Ellie's dogs, Louisa's cats, Paul's cats. But I'll do a video on possessive forms and their pronunciation later. Okay, so Obama should say, "How can I get to the Queen of Hearts' castle?" Question mark. Next one. I'm sure by now you know the answer if you've watched the other videos, right? Have you made the correction? That's an easy question. No ellipsis. You just have to go through that door. Period. Great. Okay, fast forward. The door is locked. I didn't say it would be unlocked. And then, what? I opens at 5 p.m.? We call this mistake a typo. It opens at 5 p.m. I know that more and more people are writing time like that. 5 p.m., 6 a.m., but it's not correct. It should be number, space, p.m. or number, space, a.m. If you start another sentence after the time, don't use double punctuation. For example, I woke up at 8 a.m., I ate breakfast, and then took a shower. See, only one at the end after a.m. Now look at this. Unfortunately, in this world, it's always 6 p.m. Do you see the mistakes? My Word document automatically corrected the capitalization mistake and underlined the word telling me it needs a comma. It should be written like this. Unfortunately, in this world, it's always 6 p.m. And make sure those punctuation marks are right at the end of the word. There are no spaces before the punctuation mark. Okay, fast forward. Leaves, goes into the house, grabs things, goes up the carrot elevator, opens the drawer, and poof, massive. And you should know the correct punctuation of this one too. Now I know how turtles feel. Then this funny little lizard appears and says, "Holy flying space lizards! A giant turtle!" And you know how I feel about writing in all caps. Ugh. I'm not a giant turtle. What happened is a magic drawer sneezed on me and somehow I got this size. Okay, I'm not a giant turtle. Great, perfect. But don't use a comma. What happened is incorrect because the happening happened already. So if it's in the past, we can't use is, we have to say was. What happened was a magic drawer sneezed on me and I grew to this size. So if we change that is to was, then it would be okay. To say you got something, it means you were given it or you bought it, or I have got means I have it. I have got. That's another word grouping. What word or words would you use? There are a few options. For example, I just started growing, or I ended up this size. And notice the proper punctuation here as well. Then the lizard says, "It happens very often, but almost never. That'll teach you not to sneak into the rabbit's house." The first part of this sentence is a contradiction. When you say one thing and then just the opposite, that's a contradiction. So does it happen often or almost never? I think it should read, "It almost never happens," or "It doesn't happen very often." Then there is a comma splice, splicing two sentences into one. The second sentence is great. Look at that possessive S. It's correct. It doesn't happen very often, period. Capital T. That'll teach you to sneak into the rabbit's house, full stop, period, at the end. Then Obama says, yeah, I know, changing the subject. Can you help me get to my normal size? This is okay, it just needs proper punctuation. And add you are. Yeah, I know. You're changing the subject. Can you help me get to my normal size? Obama was talking about his size, and the lizard was scolding him for going into the rabbit's house. So you could say the lizard is changing the subject. Then the lizard says, I've never done that, but I guess I could try. Is spelled with 2 M's, not 3. I'm sure you've seen this spelled with 3, maybe more M's. But there are only 2. It's the same with shh. Only 2 H's. Shh. But with aw, it's only 1 W. Isn't English fun? The ellipsis is okay here because the lizard is thinking, and that's where a pause could be made and then a period at the end. This lizard is funny. He says, "By the way, my name is Billy." He says this before helping Obama. Why would he say this now? It should be something he says after he helps Obama. I mean, if you need help and someone comes along to help you and starts to introduce themselves before, isn't that strange? Remember, help first and then say, "By the way, my name is," by the way, comma, "my name is Billy," period. Obama responds with, "I'm Obama. Nice to meet you. I don't mean to be rude, but please hurry." Just correct the punctuation. And what about this one? It should be, okay, these giant turtles are always in a hurry. It worked! Be careful with capitalization. The lizard pats himself on the back with, "Well, that was my good action for the month. I'm gonna take a nap now." Good comma placement here, but the phrase, "that was my good action for the month," isn't correct. It's a good deed. And normally the phrase is, "That's my good deed for the day." This lizard isn't the helpful sort, is he? The second sentence uses a sound contraction. What does gonna mean? Right, going to. Well, that was my good deed for the month. I'm going to take a nap now. That ends this video, but come back next week for more. And please send me your questions if you have any. I'm happy to show you the answer in one of my videos.